So you've obviously got a very strong interest in the environment, and the last time I chatted with you, you told me stories of how that had progressed through your life. So as you grew up, you became more and more interested. There was a story about a tree. I can't quite remember what it was. Was it the first place you lived, or?
I was actually married, just young married then.
Okay.
And I was maybe 20 or less than that. And
Tell us that story.
there was this big park called Karawatha Park, and I used to, every year I'd hear the same birds come along so that you knew when they were due to come. And I'd listen out for the bush canary. He sings so beautifully, it's just down the scales, like darty loso, darty loso. And I'd wait for him to come when I knew it was coming on towards spring. And I can remember sitting there listening, thinking, oh, he's not here yet, and I'd wait for him each year. And then there was these other birds called the dollar birds, and every year the same pair, well, I presume it's the same pair, came to this same dead tree that had these big hollow. And then I found out the government had this unemployment scheme called the RED scheme. RED meant something, and they were going around supposedly environmental, but they were clearing the bush and making it all neat and tidy, and they cut all the vines that grew up the trees, and there was thick with vines up the paper bark trees, and there was big balls of paper bark like a football, and the possums lived in there, and they were like honey. The colour of their fur was like honey and gold, and they came along, the council workers came along and cut all the vines at the ground, and all the vines died, and I found a beautiful possum, just gold he was, and he must have had pneumonia, and I took him to the vet, but he died. And there used to be little fairy wrens and all sorts of things, and I was trying to get the council not to clear it because that would ruin the habitat for the wildlife.
Where was this? Where?
This was Karawatha Park, opposite the Tingalpa State School.
Oh, right.
And it was a strip of natural bush that was beside big 12 cricket ovals, and the bush was right at my back fence. And these dollar birds came every year. Then I found they came all the way from the Celebes Islands, and that's a long way to fly. And I was getting really upset because I knew they were going to cut down this tree. And I thought, those poor birds, they fly this far and they know that tree, and they're flying to that tree, and they will arrive one day and they'll be gone. And I felt so sad for them. I thought, I've got to do something to stop it. So I rang up the Brisbane City Council, got onto the chief of the works department, and I really didn't know what to say, but I said, well, it could be, I said to this guy, it could be the same sort of situation, that if you had a log cabin on Fraser Island and you went up there for a holiday and found that your log cabin was all burnt down, you wouldn't be very happy. And so this guy in the Brisbane City Council, he got in his car straight away and came out and had a look. And he didn't let the tree, he said, no, you can't cut down that tree. And so I saved it there, and I felt really pleased about that.